Yo, what is up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode. My name is Mike. I'm one of the founders here at Ground Zero. And today's video is going to be about a recent talk that I heard. Me and Johnny, we went to the C.A.R Event that they had down in Long Beach. It's called the California Association of Realtors. They do this event down in Long Beach, and it's 3 days long. The first day is kind of like a pre-day before the event. It's a paid-for event that you get to go in. They had some really awesome different types of people there depending on kind of what you're wanting to learn. And the area that we went into was to power up your social media, and they had some great speakers, some realtors, some agency owners like us that were giving some really good tips and insights. So what I wanted to do in this video first is, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That would mean the world to us so our content gets seen. Hit the notification button so you can get notified whenever we release videos. It's once a week. We don't have a posting schedule right now. We just create one video once a week. And the whole goal of this video is to give you some tips, insights, tricks to help you become a better realtor and using social media to your advantage to help move your business forward. So the girl that spoke at the event, whose kind of notes I'm going to share with you, and just kind of give you everything. I paid for this, so you're gonna get all this information for free right now. And her name was Giselle, and she is a coach. She helps, a bunch of different types of entrepreneurs, realtors, lenders, just business owners in general with using video and using social media to kind of help, get their business in front of people so they can do more business. So getting it started, I'm really excited because this was actually one of my favorite talks it was my favorite talk, but I was gonna say this is one of my favorite talks I've been to all year. And I go to a lot of different events because in the position that I'm in just terms of when you're providing a service to people, you constantly have to be getting better, because if the people that you're serving are better at what you do than them, then they don't need you. So it's really important for us to consistently be leveling up our mindset, our skill set, and things like that so we can, obviously have an edge. But the reason that this was one of my favorite talks is that her energy was really good, and she didn't have a slide deck that she went through, a presentation. She just brought out a pen and a piece of paper and was writing stuff down, and it just kind of showed to me that she's really, really knowledgeable about what she is, what she's doing. So yeah, I hope you guys get a lot from this video. So the first thing that she shared and that I wrote down was what it is about is it's about getting in front of the right people, not the amount of people. I think sometimes realtors, about the way she put it, and me as well too, is we get so fixated on how many views did it get, how many likes did it get, and stuff like that. But a lot of times that's just vanity stuff, because I see them when I post on our Instagram, and some of the likes and the views, they come from people in different countries and people that we would actually never do business with. I would rather have 10 views of people who are in my market than 1,000 views of people who I can't really help. So I think it's as an agent, is what she's saying in that, is that it's important that you're getting your content in front of the right people, the people that you're actually looking to serve, not the amount of people. So don't get fixated on views and likes and those metrics, because it doesn't matter. Realtors with under 1,000 followers are still using social at a great, effect for their business. So don't get caught up in that stuff. One of the things that she dove into too was we get so lost in social media because we want such quick results with things, and one of the things that she brought up was the amount of touch points that it actually takes to get someone to kind of raise their hand and say, hey, I might be interested in doing a consultation with you, and I want to sit down and talk to you about buying or selling a property. And think in your mind, how many touch points do you think it takes right now for someone to get to that phase? And the answer is 30 to 34 touch points are what are needed. So think about that. Someone needs to see your content almost 30 to 40 times before they make that decision. So it's the importance of, you got to create content with that long game frame in mind. It's going to take time for people to consistently see you over and over, for them to then for you to then have that position in their brains is like, man, this girl is everywhere, this guy is everywhere, they just always are providing value. I love their content, I'm seeing them everywhere. When I'm ready to sell or buy, I'm definitely reaching out to this person. So it kind of also, a point that she made is she told this story about how she chose her real estate agent, and the agent that she chose lived in the same building that she was selling. So she would see the agent every single day. She was having touch points with them. And you don't really need to have a brick and mortar and see people face to face. You just need to get behind video, and your phone is now your brick and mortar business, because you can shoot videos and post those to different social sites to get connected and have those face to face relationships every single day, and be building upon that with the people that you're looking to serve. So she gave out 1, 2, 3, like about 4 different tips that she really talked about. And the first one was her most important, I believe so, and I think she said that as well too, was about what these platforms are really going to. I think now when we would scroll social media, like I know that I for sure have experienced this, is that I get recommended content from people that I'm not actually following. Like, have you ever seen that? You're scrolling Instagram or you're scrolling Facebook, and they'll give you a suggested post, like, suggest this post because you follow this person. Well, this is because that Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, their whole goal is to keep you on the platform the longest. And sometimes your friends, the people that you're actually following, aren't creating content in the moment that's actually going to keep you on the platform. So what Facebook and these different platforms are doing is they're suggesting content to you that they think that you're gonna spend the most time watching, and continue to watch and continue to watch, that continues to keep you on the platform. Because that's at the end of the day what their whole goal is you to spend as much time as possible on that platform. So the platforms now are working off a recommendation. It's shown to people, content shown of what the platforms think users will want to see. So use that in your mind, is when you're creating content, create it based off of recommendation. What are the people that you're looking to serve? What do they want to see? Every person is making eye contact. It feels like you're talking directly to them. That was like one of her side note of just why it's important to be creating content. And this is why I believe that local content is going to be really good. Is when you're creating local content about your brand, they're going to recommend that to people locally to show them, and especially if it's engaging content as well too. So the second one is frequency, is what you talked about. And it's about how many times people are seeing your content. And the most important thing within this whole, and I just made a little short video about this on Instagram. It was about the most important metric is watch time. Is do not get caught up in likes, do not get caught up in the amount of views that you're getting. The most important metric, which is actually the other two things happen as a byproduct of when you get this figured out, is watch time. Back to the recommendation, they want to keep people on the platform as long as possible. So watch time is the number one thing that you need to be optimizing for, is to getting people to actually want to consume all of your content. So these platforms know who you are, even if you've never publicly shared it, by what you are searching and spending your time watching. They know exactly who you are, what your values are, what you want to see, just because based on what content you're watching and the amount of time you spend watching each specific piece of content. Like, the way they follow you is crazy. So, yeah. And a side note of what she give is, I know this, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering, I don't mean to, and I appreciate you for being understanding, but one of the big hardest things is getting on the video, like exactly for the reasons that I just did. You stutter, you sound dumb, you think like right now, like, oh my God, is this what I'm saying actually going to be seen as valuable? Are people going to care? Like, there's a lot of insecurities that get built into getting behind the video. The way that we look is one of the most important things. A lot of the realtors that we work with, oh, get this side, this is my good side, or please get me from the waist up, like I'm not looking my best right now, and things like that. And it stops people from getting behind and actually starting to create the video content. So it's just important to know, like the story that she shared is like, when you schedule, if someone calls you and is like, hey, I want you to list my house, can you come and list the house for me, and can we have a meeting? Are you gonna show up to the meeting and say, hold on, like your team can only, and you can only view me from the left side because my right side's not good, and we need a wall that's going to hoist everything and keep everything covered from my bottom down because my legs are big right now, or, it sounds stupid. People are going to see you. So you have to make video and get over the fear, because the same way that people are going to see you in video is the same way that they're going to see you in person, and it's vice versa. So, that's the important part about getting in front of people. The second thing is that, or the third thing is that you have to have a pattern interrupt when you're creating your content. You have to get people to want to stop the scroll. So what is it that you're gonna have in that first 3 to 4 seconds that's going to get people to stop? And the first thing that she said was, one of the things that you wanna have is your face. You want to have your face in the first 2 to 3 seconds of the video so people can see that. You want voice, something, hey, how are you doing? Or like, something that is going to grab people's attention. The text, you need to have your headline and your captions there. Describe what the video is going to be about with the headline so that people can instantly see like if it's something that they want to spend time to watch or not. And also with the captions, the reason that she said this is that 95% of people watch videos without the audio on Instagram. It's because people are scrolling in places that they actually shouldn't be scrolling in, and they don't want other people to hear the audio, so they watch videos with the captions on. So it's important to make sure that you have that. The fourth most important thing is going to be the hook. You need to make sure that you have a clean title that sounds like you and is capturing your audience. One of the good things that she said to mention is always say you when you're starting your video, so it kind of is speaking to the person. So that's just something that you could use as well. And a quick side note that she had is match the offline you to the online you. You don't want to have two different people. You don't want to be two different people. Match the online you to the offline you. And the fifth thing is enthusiasm. It's not just all about expertise, it's about being a human as well too. And that's important. So those were some of her tips that she gave out. I thought there was 5, there was 3 total. It was recommendation, frequency, and then the pattern interrupt and how to do that. So I hope you guys got some value about this, and it's really important to, I think my favorite thing that she said in that whole thing was it's about getting in front of the right people, not the amount of people. So I hope we think about that when we're making our content. This is why I think it's important too that they mentioned this in a different talk, was that how important it is for brand. Is that the reason that some realtors feel so unclear when they're creating their content is because they don't actually know who they're trying to speak to. They don't actually know who they are either. So I think an important thing is when you're starting your social media journey and starting to create this video content, you need to ask yourself, well, who am I? What are my values? What are my missions? What is it that I am trying to do and what I bring to the table? And then who is your avatar? Who are the people that you're looking to serve? Where is that connection? Because a lot of times the people that are probably our best clients, the ones that we want to do more work with, are the ones who share the same values and missions and things as we do. So it's important to know those things so that when you're creating content, you kind of know who you're speaking to. So I hope you guys got some value. Again, if you want to hit the subscribe button, would really appreciate that. We drop videos every single week with tips, tricks, everything real estate marketing are related. So thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day.